Hey everybody, so for this little video we're going to be downloading some data from the World Bank Development Indicators website and at databank.worldbank.org, and then we're going to be making a simple bar chart. Okay, so just go back here. If you just Google World Bank Development Indicators, you'll see a number of links that pop up that are relevant. You can just select the first one, that'll take you where you need to be. From there, you can ignore the database because you're going to be in the right database, which is the World Development Indicators database. And for countries, we're just going to do a bar chart with the BRICS countries: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and the world average. Okay, so here you should be in the All tab, or you can be in the Countries tab if you want to select individual countries. But we can start with Brazil. You can search for Brazil and select Brazil. China, select China. India, Brazil, Russia missing. I'm not necessarily going in order here, apparently. Russian Federation, and I think we still need South Africa. South Africa. So this is giving me regions as well. If you're in an All tab here, it's going to give you individual countries as well as any regions that kind of come up in the search. If you do it in the individual countries tab, well, you still get a few additional options. Anyway, so choose South Africa, and then we're going to go to aggregates here, and we can just look for world. I think that should come up, world. So that's going to be the world average. So that should give us all of the countries that we want, plus the world: Brazil, China, India, Russia, South Africa, and world. Okay, and you could have just scrolled through the list and selected them that way as well. That's perfectly fine, but it's easier if you search for the countries. So that's why I did it that way. Okay, so we can go ahead and fold that and unfold this. Series, and here for series we're going to be looking for this exercise, we're going to be looking for female labor force participation. So if we just type in labor force participation and hit enter or click on search there, we'll see a bunch of labor force participation rate indicators that come up. So the one we're looking for is labor force participation rate female, percent of female population in the working age population from ages 15 to 64. Okay, so we're going to select that. Okay, so that's our series indicator. And for time, we're basically going to be looking for a very recent indicator. So we'll just try 2021. I think it should work. Sometimes if you choose a very recent indicator, you won't actually get the data because it's not entered yet, or it may be missing for a variety of reasons, so you have to go back further in time. But I think with this particular indicator, we should be okay with this set of countries. So let's hit here, apply changes. And already we see with Brazil we're missing. Brazil, let's see, China, do we have? India? Nope, it didn't work. So let me try an earlier year. So 2019, let's see if that works for all of the countries here. We can just kind of look quickly. China, there we go. India, Russia, South Africa, and world. Okay, so I was right the first time. 2019 is the earliest year that we have, or the latest year that we have data for all 5 of these countries, of these BRICS countries, plus the world. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit download options here and download it in Excel, and that should download it to our downloads folder. And then from there we're going to go to Excel and we'll search for it. We can just kind of browse around. Should open up. Okay, and next thing we want to do is just to clean this up a little bit. So we probably don't need the country abbreviations here. We don't need the series name because it's going to be the same for all of the countries. We probably don't need the series code, so we can delete all of that. So delete columns. And instead of year, we can, just to clean it up, we can just have this be female labor force participation, so FLFP. And then country, we can just call country instead of country name. And can change it to number so that it's just 2 decimal places. All right, so now we're going to select the country names and the values there. All right, and then we can hit insert, and we can go to the column charts here, and we're going to make a column chart, a 2D column chart like that. Okay. And there's your column chart or bar chart. But anyway, so we can go ahead and change the chart title here to female labor force participation for rates in 2019. Or maybe you can fool around with the title. You can just call it female labor force participation rates in the BRICS, and then note somewhere else that it's 2019 data. So there's a few things you can do from here. Like say you wanted to highlight a particular country. So you could just click on that country and then go over here to format and then look at hit fill here. And then color, right now it's blue, and you can change it to like red, for example. That's one thing you could do. Or if you wanted to change all of them, you could hit, so click on this square here on the inside, this interior region of the chart, and then right click, and that should select all of the bars there. And then from there, you could select vary colors by point. Okay, and then you get a more colorful chart with a different color for each of the countries, which looks really nice. And then from there, if you wanted to change the color options, you could change the theme colors. Up here, you can do change colors, and that way you can change the themes if you have different colors for the different bars. So go up to change colors. And yeah, some of the placement of these menus may differ depending on which version of Excel or Windows you're using, or whether you're on Windows or on a Mac, on a PC or a Mac. So that may change, but those options should be available pretty universally across whatever platform. Okay, so I think that is pretty much, I know what else I wanted to show you. So if you click on this little plus here, you can change the chart elements. So one thing you can add are axis titles. So for the x-axis, this isn't really relevant, so we can just delete that out. But here you probably want to label the y-axis as %, because that's what that is, the percentage of women who are in the labor force. Okay. All right, so that brings us to the end of this lesson. Hope you got something out of it, and I'll see you in the next one. The next one is going to be about how to do a line chart.